Hi everyone, welcome to Chandan Logics. You all know that students who are preparing for bank, SSC, railway, police, defense, CSAT and other competitive exams are very familiar about Chandan Logics. Why the reason is, Chandan Logics have trained lakhs of students, and out of those lakhs of students, already thousands of students secured government jobs in various sectors. Now, how this is possible to us? This is possible to us only because of our expert faculty team and our exclusive designed curriculum for examination. If you observe our expert faculty team, each and every faculty is having vast experience and they're having in-depth subject knowledge based on the present examination pattern, and they have trained lakhs of students. And coming to our curriculum, we have designed our curriculum in such a way that our video lectures are completely digital interactive video lectures where we are going to teach each and every subject in depth, complete concept oriented teaching and complete time saving techniques based on the recent examinations. And we are going to conduct mock examinations also. These mock examinations are exclusively based on the real time experience of what actual examination is going to happen. And we are going to provide you complete concept oriented PDF materials also. If you are a serious aspirant and looking for the right platform to achieve your dream job, download Chandan Logics app. Let us look at the next pattern of questions. Now, whatever the questions we are going to discuss now, even these type of questions comes in examination. Okay, let us look at that. 9 persons went to a hotel for taking their meals. 8 of them spent rupees 12 each of their meals, and the ninth spent rupees 8 more than the average expenditure of all the 9. Total money spent by them was. We need to find what is the total money spent by all the 9 persons. In the question it is clearly said that 8 persons spent rupees 12, 12, 12, 12. But 9th person has spent rupees 8 more than the average. Okay, but what is average we does not know. Now what question said is all the 8 persons have spent 12 rupees, 12 rupees, 12 rupees. So look here. Now all the persons, 8 persons have spent 12 rupees, 12 rupees, 12 rupees, 12 rupees, 12 rupees, 12 rupees, 12 rupees. Now total how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So all of them is going to spend 12 rupees, 12 rupees, 12 rupees. So total how many persons are there? Total 9 persons. Out of those 9 persons, 8 persons are going to spend 12 rupee, 12 rupee, 12 rupee. Now actually we are trying to calculate average. Why? Because average is how much we does not know. But the question is saying that 9th person has spent 8 rupees more than average. So that is the reason I am trying to calculate average. Average is nothing but sum of numbers divided by number of numbers. So sum of numbers means 12 plus 12 plus 12 plus 12 plus 12 plus 12 plus 12 plus. Now this ninth person, how much he has spent we does not know. But as it is average, so it should be number of persons 9. Let us say average is going to be x. If average is going to be x, then 9th person should spend x plus 8. Why? Because 9th person has spent 8 rupees more than average. If average is x, I am assuming average is x. If I assume average is x, then 9th person should spend x plus 8 rupees. Okay. Now observe here carefully. First I am trying to say this question in a normal way. After I will say how to solve this question directly by just looking at the question itself. Okay. Look here. Now this ninth person, what happened? Ninth person has 8 extra. If ninth person has spent 8 extra, which means this 8 has to be distributed for all the remaining persons. All the remaining persons means how many persons are remaining here? 8 persons are remaining. So this 8 rupees has to be distributed for all the 8 persons. If 8 rupees distributed for all the 8 persons, each of them will increase by 1, 1, 1, 1. So if each of them increases by 1, then what happened? It is going to be 12 plus 1. Similarly, it is going to be 12 plus 1. It is also 12 plus 1. It is also 12 plus 1. It is also 12 plus 1. Even this is 12 plus 1. 12 plus 1. 12 plus 1, which means each of them is going to have 13, 13, 13, 13, 13, 13. So I can say that average is going to be 13. Yes or no? Why? Because each of them is having 13, 13, 13, 13. If 13, 13, 13 each of them have, then average should be 13. Now our question is what? Our question is like total money spent. total money spent. That was your question. Okay, so total money spent is how much means average is 13, number of persons are 9, so we can say that 90 plus 27, which is going to be 117. So total money spent by them is going to be 117 rupees. Sometimes questions may be in this way. Sometimes they will ask question ninth person how much money he has spent. Ninth person how much spent means average is 13. Ninth person has spent 8 more than average. So 13 plus 8, you need to say it as 21. When if the question is like how much money was spent by ninth person. If the question is like total money spent is like 117. Why? Because average is 13 and number of persons are 9. 13 into 9, you can say answer is 117. So either question may be total money spent by them, or else the question may be what is the amount spent by the ninth person. If the question is like total money spent by them, answer is 117. If the question is like ninth person how much amount spent, then answer is going to be 21. Now how to solve this question without doing all this? Actually what I have done is, to understand it for everyone, I have simplified it in detail. Now how to solve this question directly? Look here, how to solve this question directly means, observe here carefully. In this question what happened? It is said like each person is going to spend 12 rupee, 12 rupee, 12 rupee. Yes or no? Each person will spend 12 rupee, 12 rupee, 12 rupee. Now ninth person has spent 8 more. 8 more means he is having 8 rupees extra. Yes or no? Now that is the reason, add this 8 rupees extra. Whatever the extra he has spent, add this 8 and distribute it for the remaining persons. Remaining persons means out of 9 persons, if you remove 1 person, remaining persons are 8 persons. You need to distribute for all the remaining persons. Now it is going to be 8 by 8 is 1. So 12 plus 1, it is going to be 13, which means average is 13. If average is 13, now we need to calculate the sum. If I need to calculate the sum, number of persons are 9 persons. So 13 into 9, we can say that total expenditure is going to be 117. If the question is going to ask you what is the amount spent by 9th person, then you need to say 13 is actual average and the 9th person has spent 8 extra. So 13 plus 8, you can say answer as 21. Okay. Let us look at one more question which is of similar pattern, so that even you get a clear idea. Look at this. 9 persons went to a hotel for dinner. 8 of them spent rupees 37 each. Look here, 8 of them spent rupees 37. Now it is said that while the 9th person has spent 24 more than average. Look here, 9th person has spent 24 extra. Now this 24 extra has to be distributed for all the remaining persons. Out of 9 persons, if I remove 1 person, remaining persons are 8 persons. If this 24 is distributed for all the 8 persons, then each person is going to get how much? 3 extra, which means new average, or like average of this is going to be 37 plus 3, 40. If average is 40, what is your question? Your question is like total expenditure. So total expenditure means total how many persons are there? 9 persons. So 40 into 9, we can say that total expenditure is going to be 360 rupees. If the question is like amount spent by the 9th person, if the question is amount spent by the 9th person, then what you need to say? It is going to be 40, which is average, plus 9th person has spent 24 more, which means answer is going to be 64. When if the question is like amount spent by 9th person, if the question is like total expenditure 40 into 9, answer is going to be 360. Very, very simple. Whenever you have questions in this way, you can do directly. Let us look at the next question. What is the next question? 6 persons went to a hotel for meals. 5 of them spent rupees 32 each on their meals, while the 6th person spent rupees 80 more than the average expenditure of all the 6. Find the amount spent by 6th person. Now in this question it is asking about only 6th person amount. Okay, it's not asking about total expenditure, it's only about 6th person. Look here, actual average is how much? Actual average, each of them spent how much? 32 each. Okay. Now what happened for the 6th person? 6th person has spent how much more? 80 more. Yes or no? 6th person has spent 80 more. If 6th person has spent 80 more, now this has to be divided for remaining persons. Remaining persons means remaining 5 persons. Okay? Remaining 5 persons means 80 cancels in 5. How many times? 80 cancels in 5? 16 times. Which means amount spent by the 6th person is 32 plus 16, which is going to be 48 rupees. Okay? Did we make calculation anywhere wrong? Just cross check it. Find the amount spent by 6th person. Amount spent by 6th person. How much? Let us cross check it one more time. What it was saying? 6 persons went to a hotel for meals. 5 of them spent rupees 32 each on their meals, while the 6th person spent 80 more than the average, 80 more than the average expenditure of all the 6. Find the amount spent by the 6th person. Maybe like whatever we have done is right answer. Amount spent by 6th person is going to be how much, means 32 was initial average. Now what happened? They have spent, this fellow has spent 80 rupees more. As this fellow has spent 80 rupees more, now what should happen? This 80 has to be distributed for all the 5%. So 80 by 5 is nothing but 16. Now average is going to be 48. If average is 48, our question is what? Our question is to say how much amount spent by the 6%. Now look here, whatever we have found now, this is average. Average is 48. Then amount spent by 6th person. Amount spent by 6th person is equal to how much? 48 plus he has spent how much more? He has spent 80 rupees more, which means 48 plus 80, which is going to be 128, which means amount spent by 6th person is going to be 128 rupees. Okay, so either the questions will be like amount spent by the 6th person, or the question will be like total amount spent by them. So any of them you can get the answer. If it is like total amount spent, what you will do? Average is 48. How many persons are there? 6%. Just multiply that, you will come to know what is the total expenditure. If they ask you amount spent by 6th person, if average is 48, now what happened for 6th person? 6th person has spent 8 rupees more. So 48 plus 80, we can say that answer is going to be 128. Okay. So these type of questions also comes in examination. Even these questions are like very important. So you need to solve these type of questions also very easily. Okay. Let us look at next pattern of questions. Even these questions also sometimes comes in examination. Even these questions are very simple. Observe here carefully. The sum of 10 different positive integers is 100. Then what is the greatest possible number among these 10 numbers? Look here, we need to find the greatest possible number. Now look simple. Whenever I am trying to say I need the greatest number, now what you have to do is you need to make the remaining numbers, all of them, smaller numbers. Now let us example, I have 5 numbers with me. I told you this number should be the highest number. If I ask you this number should be the highest number, then what you will try to do? You will try to do maximum these numbers to be smaller numbers. When these numbers are smaller numbers, obviously this number is going to be the greatest number. So the same concept I am going to use here. Okay. Now what I will do is like, to get the largest number or to get the maximum value for the number, I need to make remaining values minimum. If I make remaining values minimum, then obviously I can get maximum number. Okay, let us look at that. The question is saying sum of 10 positive numbers is 100, which means if I add 10 numbers, sum is going to be 100 it seems. Look here, sum is going to be 100 when if I add 10 numbers. Now they are asking what is the maximum possible number among those 10 numbers. Now it is clearly mentioned different positive integers. Different positive integers means numbers should not be repeated. Now you can't say like 1 1 1 1, 2 2 2 2, 3 3 3. You can't take it. Now numbers should be different. Different numbers means you need to take 1 2 3 so on in that way. Okay. Now what I will do? I will take out of those 10 numbers, I am trying to take 9 numbers as smallest numbers. If I am trying to take 9 numbers as smallest numbers, then I can make the 10th number should be highest number. Okay. Now as the numbers should be different numbers, I am taking numbers as 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Now what is this 10th number? I does not know. Okay, what is this 10th number? I does not know. Look here, now I need to add this. Why? Because it is said clearly sum is 100. Yes or no? If sum is 100, I need to add all these numbers, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8 plus 9 plus something. But what is the something? I does not know. All of them should be equal to 100. Now if you look here, what is sum of all these numbers? Sum of all these numbers. Already you know how to calculate sum of n natural numbers. Sum of n natural numbers formula is n into n plus 1 by 2. That is what we have learned earlier. Okay. Now n value is nothing but n. Now n value is nothing but 9. So sum of n natural numbers is nothing but n into n plus 1 by 2. Yes or no? Now it cancels here 5 times and sum is going to be 45. which means this 9 numbers sum is going to be how much? This 9 numbers sum is going to be 45. If 9 numbers sum is 45 plus this 10th number is equal to 100, yes or no? Then what is this number? What is this number means maximum possible value for this number should be 55, yes or no? So I can say that answer for this question is going to be option 3. Very simple. So just what you need to do is like, whenever you have questions in this way, if you need to make one value as maximum, you need to make the remaining values as minimum. As the question is saying like different values, that is the reason I took minimum values with the different numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so on up to till 9, which means sum of these numbers is going to be 45. Out of 100, 9 numbers sum is 45. Then the remaining balance is how much? Remaining balance is 55. Now this 55 will be the maximum number for the out of these 10 numbers. Okay, this 55 will be the maximum number out of those 10. These type of questions also comes in examination. Let us look at the next one. The average of 27 numbers is 0. Look here, average of 27 numbers 0 means when you add all of these numbers, sum also should be 0. Out of them, how many may be greater than 0? Now your question is like, how many may be greater than 0? Look here, according to the question, if you observe here, now total there are like 27 numbers. If 27 numbers average is 0, then I can say that 27 numbers sum also should be 0. But what is your question? Your question is saying out of these 27 numbers, it is saying how many may be greater than 0. So how many numbers can be greater than 0? That is your question. Now look here. Now let us example, out of 27 numbers, let us say these are 26 numbers. Very simple question, observe here carefully. These are 26 numbers. Now for these 26 numbers, if I am going to add 27th number, now what should happen? Sum should be equal to 0. Yes or no? Sum should be equal to 0. Now your question is saying how many numbers can be greater than 0? How many numbers can be greater than 0 means I can simply say answer is going to be 26. Why? Because let us example, I am taking these numbers as 1, 2, 3, 4, so on. I am going to take it. Let us say I am going to take all these 26 numbers. Now if I am going to make this 27th value negative, then my result is going to be 0. Yes or no? My result is going to be 0 simply. Now till 26 numbers, if I am going to add, let us example, when I add all these numbers, I got a sum of, let us example, 250. Now what happened? Now I am making this 27th value negative value, which means I am making it as minus 250. Then what happened? Plus 250 minus 250 gets cancelled and this value will be equal to 0. Yes or no? So just try to use your common sense. Then you will understand this clearly. So what you need to say is like, answer for this question is going to be 26. Very simple question. Now what you are trying to do, out of these 27 numbers, your question is how many numbers can be greater than 0? Now how many numbers can be greater than 0 means 26 numbers can be greater than 0. If 26 numbers are greater than 0, when you add all these 26 numbers, you will get a positive value. Yes or no? You will get a positive value. Now what you will do? To make it 0, I will make this as a negative value. When I make this as a negative value, this positive value will be get cancelled with negative value and the sum will be equal to 0. Which means how many numbers are greater than 0 means I can say 26 numbers can be greater than 0. Okay, let us look at the next one. What is the next question? The average of 1088 real numbers is 0. At most how many of them can be negative? It is saying like how many can be negative. Even this is similar to previous one. How many can be negative means I can say it as 1087. Why? Because out of this 1088, let us example out of this 1088, if I am going to take 1087 numbers as negative numbers, 1087 numbers as negative numbers. If I am going to take 1087 numbers as negative numbers, and if I am going to take the last number as positive number, and the last number as positive number. Then what happen when I'm going to add both of them, this negative and positive gets cancelled and the sum will be equal to 0. Yes or no? So if I apply the same concept whatever we have used earlier, then how many negative values can be possible means I can say that negative values possible are nothing but 1087 negative values are possible. Okay, so maximum number of values possible negative is 1087. If all these numbers are negative and only if one number is going to be positive, then what happened, this negative number value will be cancelled with this positive number value and the sum will be equal to 0. So answer for this question is going to be 1087. Let us look at the next one. What is your next question? Your next question, if the average of 13 distinct integers is 24. So 13 distinct integers is 24. Then find the largest number in those numbers. We are supposed to find what is the largest number in those numbers. Let us look at that. So it is saying like 13 distinct numbers, 13 distinct integers is 24. If integers average is 24, then what would be the sum? Sum is going to be 24 into 13. 24 into 13. Now 24 into 13 is nothing but 240 plus 72. 240 plus 72 is nothing but 312, which means sum is going to be 312. Now what is your question? Then find the largest number in those numbers. Now we need to find the largest number. Now look here. Now out of these 13 distinct numbers, what I will do? I will try to make 12 numbers as minimum. If I try to make 12 numbers as minimum, then what happened? This is going to be 12 numbers. Okay, this is going to be 12 numbers. Now these 12 numbers plus 13th number. 12 numbers plus 13th number. Now 12 numbers plus 13th number. 12 numbers plus 13th number is equal to sum 312. Now these 12 numbers, it is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so on 12 numbers. Yes or no? Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so on 12 numbers, I can say that sum is going to be how much? N into n plus 1 by 2. So 12 into 13 divided by 2. Now 12 cancels into how many times? 6 times. Now 6 into 13. 6 into 13 is how much? 60 plus 18, which is going to be 78. Which means this 12 numbers sum is 78. If 12 numbers sum is 78, my question is to find what is 13th number. Now what you need to do? You just subtract there. If you are going to subtract here, then what is going to happen? 78 is how much less than 100? 22 less than 100. Now this 22 plus 12, it is going to be 34, which is going to be 234. Yes or no? So we can say that 13th number is going to be 234. Very, very simple question. Okay. Just what you need to do is like, just understand the question clearly. If you understand the question clearly, it is said that average of 13 distinct integers. So average of 13 distinct integers means they should be different. So that is the reason I have taken out of 13 numbers 12 numbers. 12 numbers as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so on. Why? Because I need minimum values. To make it maximum, I need to do all this as minimum. So 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus till 12 I have to add. So what is the formula for sum of n natural numbers? N into n plus 1 by 2. So 12 into 13 by 2, if you calculate, sum is going to be 78. Out of total this 12 numbers, sum is going to be 78. So 312 minus 78, it is going to be 234, which means 13th number maximum or largest possible is going to be how much? Means 234. Okay, let us look at the next question. So what is your next one? The average of 16 natural numbers is 22. Find the largest possible number in those numbers. Now look here. Now this question, many of them again they will commit a mistake. Observe here carefully. So 16 numbers average is how much? 22. Then what would be the sum? Sum is going to be 16 into 22. Yes or no? Now 16 into 22 is nothing but 320 plus 32, that is going to be 352. So sum is 352. Now if you look here, it is said that 16 natural numbers is 22. Then find the largest number in those numbers. Now if you have observed here, out of those 16 numbers, I need to take this 15 numbers as minimum. Okay, I need to take 15 numbers as minimum, and this 16th number is going to be maximum. This 16th number will be maximum. When if I am going to make this 15 numbers as minimum, then 16th number is going to be maximum. If you observe the point clearly, it is mentioned like natural numbers. So 16 natural numbers. It is not mentioned like different numbers. As it is not mentioned like different numbers, I can take the same repeated number. In the previous questions, it is mentioned like different numbers. Observe here. In the questions, it is mentioned like distinct or different. Both of them are like same. It is mentioned as distinct numbers. But in this question, it is not mentioned as distinct numbers, which means I can take the same number. As I can take the same number, if I need the minimum value, I can take all 15 numbers as 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus so on. I can take till 15 numbers, which means the sum of these numbers should be 15. Why? Because we are taking all the 15 numbers as 1 1 1 1 1. Then sum is going to be 15. Then what is the 16th number means? 16th number is going to be 352 minus 15. Yes or no? So 12 minus 5 is going to be how much? 7. So 34 minus 1 is going to be 33. So we can say that answer is going to be 337. Very simple. Just you need to observe this point very carefully. In this question, it is mentioned like 16 natural numbers, not different numbers. As it is 16 natural numbers, I can take all of them as 1 1 1 also. Why? Because now I have a chance of taking the same number. As I have a chance of taking the same number, that is the reason I have taken those numbers as 1 1 1 1. So 15 numbers, sum will be 15. Now 16th number should be maximum. That is the reason from 352, if I subtract 15, I am going to get answer as 337. Okay, let us look at the next one. What is the next question? The mean of 15 different natural numbers is 13. The maximum value of the second largest of these numbers. Now look here, in this question it is not asking the largest number, it is asking the second largest number. What would be the second largest number? Let us look at that. Now 15 different numbers, what is the average? 13. If average is 13, then what should be the sum? Sum should be 15 into 13. So 15 into 13 would be 150 plus 45. So 150 plus 45, now this is going to be 195. Okay. Now if you observe here, as it is mentioned 15 different numbers. Out of those 15 different numbers, now I am going to take 13 numbers. Okay. Now why am I taking 13 numbers means, in this I need to find the second largest. That is reason I am taking 13 numbers. If I take 13 numbers, then remaining are nothing but 2 numbers. Now I need to find the second highest, which means I need to find this number. Previous questions I am trying to find the highest number, but in this question it's not highest number, it is second highest number. Okay. Now as it is mentioned like different numbers, now these numbers should be 1, 2, 3, so on till 13. Why? Because numbers should be different numbers and the sum should be minimum so that these values will be maximum. So calculate the sum. Sum of these numbers would be n into n plus 1 by 2. So 13 into 14 by 2. So 14 gets cancelled here 7 times. So 7 into 13 is going to be 70 plus 21, which is going to be 91. So sum is going to be 91. Okay. If sum is 91, if I am going to subtract 91 from here, now I am going to get how much? 104. Now this 104 is nothing but combination of two numbers. Yes or no? Combination of two numbers. Now I need the second largest number. Now this 104, if I am going to split, I can split it as 52 and 52. When I am going to make it as half, it will be 52, 52. But in the question it is clearly mentioned, it should be different. As it should be different, both of them cannot be same. If both of them cannot be same, then they should be how much? One number should be 51 and other number should be 53. Yes or no? The reason is both of them cannot be same numbers. As both of them cannot be same numbers, now the sum of these two numbers is 104. If I am going to take it as 52, 52, both of them going to be same. But the question is saying they should not be same. If they should not be same means one number should be 51 and other number should be 53. Now we are asked to find what is the second largest number. So second largest number is going to be 51. Okay. Even this question is exactly similar to our previous question. But the only difference is in this they are asked to find the second largest number. So to find the second largest number also, you need to make the remaining numbers minimum. When you make the remaining numbers minimum, so from this if you subtract the total number, then you will come to know what is the remaining two numbers sum. Out of this remaining two numbers sum, we are supposed to find the second largest. Second largest is going to be 51. Okay. Let us look at the next question. What is the next one? The average of four distinct numbers is 72. If the largest number is 91, if largest number is 91, then find the smallest possible number. Now look here, in this question they are asking us to find the smallest, not the largest. It is asked to find the smallest number. Okay, let us look at that. 4 distinct natural numbers, average is how much? Average is 72. If average is 72, what would be the sum? Sum would be 72 into 4. So 72 into 4. 72 into 4, it is going to be 280 plus 8, which is going to be 288. If sum is 288, now the sum is going to be sum of 4 numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4. This 4 numbers sum. This 4 numbers sum is going to be how much? This 4 numbers sum is going to be 288. Now it is already said that maximum number, largest number is going to be 91. If largest number is going to be 91, this is going to be 91. Now I need this number to be minimum. As I need this number to be minimum, this number should be maximum. As the question is saying distinct numbers, as it is distinct numbers, I can't use the same number. As I can't use the same number, I need to have different numbers. As this is 91, I will make it as 90 and I will make it this as 89. Why the reason means, if I need to make it as minimum, this value should be maximum. That is the reason, if this is 91, as the question is saying distinct numbers, if this is 91, this should be 90 and this should be 18. Now if you observe here, this is 1 less than 90 and this is 1 more than 90. Now can I say sum of these numbers is nothing but 90 into 3? Can I say that? So 90 into 3 is nothing but 270. So from this, if you are going to subtract 270, we are going to get a difference of 18, which means I can say that this number is going to be 18. So answer for this question is going to be 18. Very simple. Just what you need to do is like, in this question they are asked us to find smallest possible number. If you need to find the smallest possible number, what you need to do is like, you need to make remaining values maximum. If you need to make remaining values maximum, it is also clearly said that this value can maximum take a 91 number. If this is 91, as it is distinct numbers, this should be 90 and this should be 89. When you add all of them, sum is going to be 270. If sum is 270, out of 288, if you subtract 270, then it is going to be 18, which means the possible number for this smallest possible is going to be 18. Okay, very good question. Even these type of questions are going to come in examination, so this reason you have to practice all of them. Okay, next one, if the arithmetic mean or average, both of them are like same. Arithmetic mean of 3a and 4b is greater than 50 and a is twice b, then the smallest possible integer value of a. Now they are asking smallest possible integer value of a. Let us look at that. Arithmetic mean is nothing but average. So average of 3a and 4b. So 3a and 4b is nothing but average is nothing but 3a plus 4b by 2. Why? Because it's average. Now it is what? It is greater than 50. It is greater than 50. And it is also mentioned that a is 2 times of b. Yes or no? As a is 2 times of b, now here can I replace it? As a is 2 times of b, now 2b is nothing but a. Then 4b, can I say it as 2a? Yes or no? 4b can be 2a, which means in place of 4b, I can replace it with 2a. If I replace it with 2a, now it is going to be 3a plus 2a divided by 2 greater than 50. Yes or no? From this I can say that 5a by 2 greater than 50. Yes or no? Now 50 cancels in 5. How many times? 10 times. So I can say that a should be greater than 20. If a should be greater than 20, your question is saying what is the smallest possible integer value of a? Smallest possible integer value means it should be greater than 20. It should be greater than 20 means the smallest possible value can be 21. Why? Because a value can be just greater than 20. Greater than 20 means 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, so on. But I need the smallest number. Out of this, which is the smallest number means 21 is going to be my smallest number. Okay. So answer for this question is going to be 21. So all these questions are like questions that were asked in various competitive examinations. Now what we are trying to do is like we are trying to cover all the pattern of questions, and what is your work is like you have to practice them a lot. if you're going to practice them a lot, as we are covering all the models and all the patterns and all the different questions that were asked in examination, it will be really helpful for you if you're going to practice them. And it is going to be helpful only if you're going to practice. Just listening in the classes and leaving will not help you to crack the examination. If you are definitely serious and if you're supposed to crack examination, you have to practice all these questions for multiple number of times. If you're going to practice them for multiple number of times, automatically you can solve all the different pattern of questions that are going to come in examination. Okay. If you're a serious aspirant and if you're looking for right platform to achieve your dream job, immediately download Chandan app. For more details, contact below numbers. Thank you. All the best.